Hello, hello, beautiful people of the internet and everyone else. But I am sure that if you're here, you are one of the beautiful ones. We're continuing our Band of Poachers run. It's been a couple days, so I'll have to take a moment to reacclimate myself to what I got going on. I think I moved my webcam. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Anyway, I fell off center, so I was shifting it, and I was watching the little preview screen. It was a very weird perspective shift. Anyway, all right, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to play some Battle Brothers. So let's take a moment to look at the team, where we're at, what we got going on, and evaluate from there. So we got Friso here. Spear, one of our duelist builds, as outlined in the very first stream. He's got Spear Mastery, so he's ready to fulfill his function. His melee skill is still low for now, so it'll be kind of tricky for him to be as effective as we'd like. It's not like it's bad. 66 is pretty good, but it's mostly his growth that still has some excellent room. So, in any case, with Iron Lungs, he will be an excellent, excellent bro, assuming we can keep him alive. But we've got Colossus, 9 lives, and Dodge, so a nice trio of defensive perks. Hopefully, he'll be able to. I would venture to guess that next level might simply be Gifted, and then we'll grab Nimble after that. Up next, Sir Humbert, who will be a spear duelist, currently injured with a deep chest cut. This guy is going to be offensively an absolute monster, even though he won't be as chatty defensively. But even still, despite no talent stars, maybe that's not even true. 17 is really good for level 4 post-gifted. Still really good though. That's not... Okay, yeah. I was gonna say, hopefully I'm not looking at his stats. Here's defensive stats, rather. Defensive... Melee defense. The injury's not affecting it. Though, notably, he has minus 10 range defense. And so, what this means is that he will always be relegated to the edge of the formation, because enemy archers just can't resist shooting into clumps of enemies, and so I'm going to put him on the very edge where they won't have that incentive, and that'll be good for him naturally because he will be so unlikely to be surrounded because of his insanely good melee attack. And if he is surrounded or an enemy does break through the spear wall, he'll have very good melee defense, so he'll be good. We got Theobald here. Theobald's pretty ding dang good. 69, nice. Melee skill. And yeah, I think I didn't want to take 9 lives or Dodge. Yeah, this guy's great. Hey, Bijante. Howdy, howdy. But yeah, Theobald, and he's got just insane hit points already with 3 talent stars, so that will grow even more. How was his... Yeah, and his resolve... A little low. We'll definitely need to patch that up. Same thing with Friso. The Chaucer, one of our defensive bros, that'll be our sort of pseudo-fatigue neutral, as previously discussed. He'll be rockin' and rollin', he'll be good. Offa, same deal. Has Paranoid, making him hopefully excellent melee defense when he reaches level 11. We'll see. You know, you never know what'll happen with the bros without talent stars. But right now, base stats are pretty good, so I'm hopeful that as long as there's a good number of 2s and 3s, we'll be in good shape. Oh yeah, we're gonna have more than 3. We're gonna have almost the whole team. Have no fear. It's all part of the plan. It'll work. Heimrad. He's okay. He'll get replaced. Eberhard. He's fine. He'll get replaced. Final Overdrive. Excellent spear duelist. He's gonna be wonderful for us. No complaints here. He's our chattiest at the moment. Wilreich, one of our initiative hybrid builds, one of the starters. This one is the Poacher, who's got a Death Wish. He started with a Death Wish, but so far, he's just living that debuff life. Hartwig, same deal, only better, basically. He's a hunter, and we're gonna have to get him we're gonna get both of these bros guns. That's the plan. Adler, who's we'd like a better banner than this, ideally. If we end up keeping him, we keep him. We would like to find a replacement. We'd like to find someone better. That rarely happens for me. I feel like I often end up, the first bro I make a banner just stays the whole time. Unless they die. But, yeah. And then Ralph, who was going to be another one of our initiative hybrid builds, but lost his ear, so. Am I going to pick Overwhelm on the initiative hybrids? I sure am. So plan will be to get a handgun and then Overwhelm, and that will provide more of a defensive boost to help make fights last even longer. Because the idea is going to be, how do I even think of this? Like, so the spears are holding out most of the enemies on the flanks and other things, and if things do make it through, they'll swap to whatever other duelist weapon they have and hack at them. The few enemies that are in contact with our fatigue neutrals, or our shielded fatigue neutrals, which are like hammer and shield fatigue neutral, basically, we're gonna be just absolutely blasting them. And if we blast them with Overwhelm, they are even less likely to be able to make any hits land. So, yeah, mass Overwhelm plus kill enemies with spear 40 rounds. Yes. But, again, to reiterate, my goal with this win run series, this win streak series, is to sort of show that you can ignore meta, or people try to use that term to describe a single player game, which I think doesn't really apply. It's not like this isn't Dota, you know. Anyway, the word meta doesn't really work, but to the extent to which it does, there's a variety of different strategies that you can use in this game and still be effective. So this will be very different from the last run, and very different from many of the ones before it. But the best plan is one you don't make ahead of time and you respond to the run based on what it provides you. So this is somewhat for illustrative purposes. All right, so that was the bros. Oh, and I need to name one, and I had one in mind. Wilreich, one of our initiative hybrids, will be named Nixlarfs, which is a fun one to say, and I'm already looking forward to Nixlarf's shenanigans with his new name. So, it was a request from a YouTube viewer, and hopefully Nixlarfs stays alive. Now that they've been named, they might be cursed. That's the risk. Okay, so I kept a handful of items here. Why did I not sell them? Is there a good reason for that? Do I need these things? No? The flat top helmet. Maybe I should equip somewhere? Not here. But like here. Yeah. I guess I can hang on to the gambeson as a backup Yeah, I don't even really need that. I've got a couple on my armor stands. Oh, and Bertolf. Yeah, he'll be a fake it till you make it, maybe. Or maybe he'll just sit on the sidelines forever. We'll see. Okay, so... I think I understand why I kept some of these things. Kite shields for fighting goblins. Hey, thanks, Bajante. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have so many spear bros that I don't even need to pilot them skillfully. And just spear wall. Actually, that's not even true. There's gonna be a little bit of there'll be a little bit of shenanigans that I've already kind of got cooking. That that I'll demonstrate on the battlefield if and when they come up. Yeah, I'm not gonna need this extra hunting bow. Is that it? That's probably good enough. Okay. Okay, so I think what I probably wanted to do, and what I probably still do want to do, is head south and find the southern city-states. One, because I want to get handguns, and two, because I want to fight nomads before day 40. At day 40, nomad outlaws gain dodge, and they're just a lot harder to fight. So, we had previously found there was a road going south here, which undoubtedly, probably undoubtedly goes to a southern city. So I think if I stock up on enough food, and unfortunately I'm going to be short on tools. If I stock up on food, I can probably find it by just sweeping down here and looking for a road. We're going to hope that works. So let's buy 7 days of food is probably okay. Your rate that you consume food does go up. Let's see, should I buy medical supplies here? 360. We're gonna try not doing that. The other way of getting handguns, if we're not able to purchase them, is to acquire them some other way. There's only one way that comes to mind, but you know, you can come up with your own creative justification for committing war crimes. But you know, we might take a couple contracts for an employer, peek at some of their gunners, realize they could have killed those serpents all along, and we'd like those handguns. So we'll warm up today with a little fight against some undeads. The pike will be more useful than the pole hammer against wiedergangers. And luckily that place had some really cheap ammo. So we've got a lot of ammo right now, which I'm very thankful for. I'm gonna take a single step forward just so that I can occupy these high ground hexes. I think I can sort of save ammo here. Oh, pitchfork guy in the front, that's annoying. Yeah, he's in a really annoying spot. Well. is what it is. Nice hitting Nick's Larfs. Good finisher, Hartwig. Already out of fatigue there. I should have backed up on Eberhard after attacking. That way the banner could step up and attack. Whoops. And also what I should have done was on Sir Humpert, I should have just ended his turn once I saw he didn't have enough fatigue to spear wall, instead of passing the turn. That was dumb. And then he gets hit for it. Oh yeah, spears versus zombies and beasts. Very excellent. Okay, he has possessed the one zombie here on the front lines that doesn't even have a weapon. It didn't get much done. Whoops, Ralph, that's your ally. Pitchfork missed, that's good. Okay. Alright, from here, you can just push forward and finish them off. And we'll let the dogs do our dirty work now that we've stripped off their armor. The poor necromancer only has one guard. The only friend he has in this world is another zombie. What a tragedy. And that zombie's doing him no good right now. Zombie or a dog can take a single short sword hit, yeah, and be just fine. So no need to subject a bro to that kind of damage when it could just be a dog, because the dogs will finish this wiederganger off happily. There they go. All right. No real loot of interest, but we did get levels. Only a +1 in melee defense. That's a bit of a shame. I don't know why that tooltip is remaining there. There we go. So we still probably take it every level. I have to think about that for a second. Thinking about how this build's gonna function. We're gonna need at least some more fatigue than a normal fatigue neutral, just to be able to equip a shield. Not much more. 105 is probably about what we need. Because if we have a warhammer plus a shield, it'll be fairly similar to one of the big chunky two-handed weapons with another one in the pocket. Yeah, because this guy is close to the heaviest armor he's ever going to have on. Decayed Coat of Scales is the same fatigue penalty as a Coat of Scales, which is 2 away from Coat of Plates. Something like that. I think Coat of Plates is 38. I can't remember off the top of my head. But then a helm, you know, -15, that's pretty close to about the heaviest helm. So we probably don't need any fatigue. We could take one more just to have it. We'll need more resolve. I guess I take the +3. So it's a matter of, would I rather have 4 fatigue or 1 melee defense? For this build, I think 1 melee defense. Okay, perk. So we're definitely going to want to give this build underdog for sure, because at some point in the future we're going to be intentionally subjecting him to dangerous positions. However, at this exact moment, it probably provides less value than Pathfinder. So let's grab that. Final Overdrive. So 109 fatigue is pretty ding-dang good. Probably don't need much more, but depending on the second weapon, the secondary weapon mastery that we choose, we unlock more options for higher fatigue weapons to use effectively if we take a bit more fatigue. So I think I'm happy to take that over the 1 melee defense, even though melee defense on this build is still good, even if it's not quite as premium. And then perk, I think here we'll take Colossus in preparation for Nimble next turn, which I have a feeling is exactly how I described the previous level up when talking about this one. And then Adler, who knows exactly what he'll be. Except that he's fairly decent offensively, so we could just grab Polearm Mastery so we can move 2 before giving a good old stab with the company's banner. I think that's fine. And then he'll grab Nimble next turn. I could have also grabbed 9 lives, but considering I'm putting him in the back line for now and maybe for always, I don't think we need it. All right, so to the south. Oh my goodness. But first, a desecrated crypt. It is almost the dawn, so I'll wait just the tiny bit of time for it to become day, if it doesn't by the time we arrive anyway. It basically does. You would have leveled his RDF to 50 without hesitation. Yo, yeah, I love RDF banners. But the tricky thing for me at the time was that his first couple levels, I didn't know if I wanted him as a banner, so I had leveled other stuff first. And I think, yeah, I don't know. I agree. And I would love an RDF banner on this run in particular because of how long I'm going to be making fights last. So he's one I'd kind of like to replace. He's not even that good. Like J.M. Nicholson. He's like, there's no BB story. I was trying Lone Wolf today, solo for the start. Unless 10 or more games fast. But I learned and made him level 7 and was easily destroying these early gangs. I didn't really thought you missed off 11 traces. Oh no. Oh no. Dang. That sucks. Yeah, when the strings of bad luck hit, they don't relent. And it's, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts bad. Sorry to hear that. That's poopy. Hello, wiederganger right here already. Yeah, I mean, when terrible RNG happens, you do kind of need to remind yourself of the times where it was in your favor and you just didn't notice. But admittedly, that's just like copium. It still hurts. It still stings. You can't plan for RNG, but you can plan for RNG. That's a wise way of phrasing it. Also, hello, Brenly. Brenly, what does your name mean, by the way? I see like friendly as the end. Is it like friendly bro? Would that be a valid interpretation? My interpretation is acceptable? Good, I'll take it. Hey, Final Overdrive, I am doing well. You'll be happy to know Final Overdrive here, still alive. Final Overdrive? We don't miss 95% chance attacks on this company. What? Nonsense. That's against the rules. Well, we don't have room in our squad to bench, so you'll have to persevere and make up for I don't know, do some laps or whatever it is that coaches punish people with. I was not I was more of a mathlete than an athlete in my younger years. I'm sure you're all shocked. 95% of the time, it's every time. Created 4 Twitch usernames in the 7 years here. Coming up with a new one is easy. Just think of a good name and use it. I mean, Brenly's pretty good. It's like memorable. I don't know. That's a good name. Hate laps, go do push-ups. Yeah. That would be my preference too. I don't mind push-ups. Uh-oh. Fallen Hero made it through. That's not good. It's not too bad because he's got mace and shield, but still. I do kind of want to dagger down his armor. A little bit. There's a piece of me that wants to dagger down that armor. We'll see. We'll see if it can happen. Fleeing? Coward. According to Wiki, rally doesn't scale with distance for fleeing allies. Only for non-fleeing allies does it have a distance factor. Oh. Interesting. Well, it didn't work here. Huh. That seems strange that would be different. That's not what I would have expected. Good. So excited for Oathtaker after this. I feel like this run is past the point of failing. Well, don't put it past me. Don't curse me like that. I'm inclined to agree. Please don't place such a curse upon me. That's risky. Only the resolve bonus scales on distance? The rally skill is just a yes, no check? I don't think the resolve bonus scales on distance. I think that one is a flat value. Is it not? If it's not, then I've been living a lie. Good boy. some of these questions could be answered if I were not currently streaming the game. I do have a decompiled version of the game's code I could sift through. And by version of the game's code, I mean like decompiled my own install. So like this code. There are many code bases like it, and they're all identical, but this one is mine. Alright, so I can start the dagger party. Your statement is only for legends. Okay, okay. Thank you for the clarification. For what it's worth, I mean, I just... there's enough quirky things in this game that I believed you, that seems reasonable, or like something I would expect or not be surprised by. So... if it had been the case, I wouldn't have doubted you for a second. Always love to see a fallen hero with a shield. Yeah, it's a lot safer to dagger them down. Even though, you know, the shield does make it take a bit longer. It's much improved over having to worry about, like, I don't know, a great axe cleaving through your whole squad and just taking them all out, you know? There is a distance integer, but it's just a yes, no if you are 4 tiles or not. Okay. Fallen hero is getting a lot of attacks off. There we go. All right. Pretty good little fight. We got an ornate tome. You love to see it. Decayed closed flat top with mail and decayed coat of scales. So now we have 2 decayed coat of scales and a winged mace. This is an item that a lot of people are often very excited to find. I usually find it and completely disregard it and ignore it, but not this time. Not this run. This run's different. We're gonna be using this winged mace as a alternative weapon for one of our spear duelists. Could really be anyone, and for now they won't have duelist, of course. It'll just be double gripped. Put it on Friso, however we pronounce it. And we've got this decayed coat of scales. We'll keep the cultist version of the flat top with mail. This will be less useful simply because we've already got the flat tops with mail, and then a bunch of these bros are going to take nimble anyway, so this we don't care that much about. However, I am going to keep this, and I'll just put it on one of my armor stands, as I'm lovingly referring to them as, to repair up, be safe from drunks, and switch over if one of these gets too damaged, which this one already is. But he'll have to live with it. D-Bro is a fat newt shield bro now, yeah. And in fact, I called him that originally because I wasn't sure if I would have the transitional fatigue neutral armor sets by the time I hit level 7. I am. Now, you know, or I have found these sets of armor. So, because I have the transitional armor available, I don't have to call them D-bro. That was I didn't want to put the cart in front of the horse, or whatever the analogy is. So is the plan just to swing once per turn with their one-handed weapons? Yes. Yep. And the idea is I'm going to give them a hammer, specifically, like the Warhammer, because that one's actually pretty good with a shield. And yeah, they'll only be able to attack once. My favorite fatigue neutral that I ever built, and this is before I started streaming, I had like the stars align, I don't know, perfect Venn diagram situation of, I think it was an Oath Taker who had iron lungs, and I found a named Warhammer with -2 fatigue per swing. So with Mastery, he could attack twice, because it came out to 9 per swing, so totaling 18, which is the, you know, fatigue that you get back once you have iron lungs. And so I was able to have a true fatigue neutral with a Warhammer and shield, and he was so defensive, and it was awesome. That'd be the dream if somehow that could align again. I don't count on it, but that was such a cool, I don't know, confluence of circumstance that made for an awesome build. All right, Eberhard here, who is fine. Is he better than fine? I guess he's missing his nose. Yeah, we'll replace him eventually. He's good enough, but we're just gonna make him sort of a transitionary polearm. We're gonna replace him eventually. He's okay. He's good, but we're gonna find 1 or 2 Chads, and he's one of the worst ones. So. Okay. Ralph here. We'll grab the resolve. We're gonna get him fearsome eventually, but for now, let's make sure that he doesn't lose his other ear and die. So we'll take 9 lives. We'll take Nimble next turn on him. Hartwig. So Hartwig I do want to get a little more initiative for, but I think seeing this juicy +4 in hit points, I might just take that. You're looking forward to see how the Fat Newt Shield Bros will perform. Always nice to watch all the builds that you hate do well. So here's the deal. Offensively, they're going to be terrible. Like, they're going to be worse than a fatigue neutral by a factor of, like, they're going to be 40%-ish of the damage of a fatigue neutral. Something like that. Maybe a bit better. It kind of depends on how you look at it and the sort of utility that the Warhammer offers. However, they're going to be absolute stalwart, rock-solid defenders. But because I'm going to keep them in my formation, making like a full-on tank using Indom or Shield Wall seems a little superfluous. Like, they're not going to be in that much danger. So, I don't know. I don't think it'll be that good of a build. I kind of doubt that I'm going to do it beyond this run. I think it'll be okay. So, oops, bumped my mic. I do have a little shock absorber, so maybe that's not loud. I don't know. So here, we can go ahead and take Overwhelm now. It's not very good right now with this crossbow and bundle of javelins. In fact, it's kind of bad. So I could grab Pathfinder maybe? You have a conduct not to use? No, there's no like strict constraint. It's, for those who missed it, and maybe I should put like an overlay or something, or like a chat command. I just have, in my previous run, it was like it was literally my primary frontline build was built on all two-handed weapons, including a sling. There's a method to the madness. But in this one, I'm taking that, turning it on its head, and saying the only two-handed weapons I'm going to use are on my ranged bros, which in the previous run were only throwers. And so anyway, it's not like a strict constraint or stipulation. I'm using them transitionally, but I'm going to move away from it. All of my frontliners, all of them, are going to be using one-handed weapons. All of them. And I'm going to beat the whole game with it. Beat the game being !run rules. So, that's the plan. So it's not like a strict stipulation, but you know, if I get like a juicy named item, like I'm not going to deny myself like a perfectly rolled two-handed flanged mace. I'm going to use it because, like, again, it's not a strict stipulation, but my sort of build plan for the bulk of my forces is going to be different. So we have the Ancient Spire here. I've been thinking a bit about the Ancient Spire. I kind of feel like, because of the way it's implemented in the current version of the game, which I understand based on the whisperings of Sado, that a future patch might change this, but it doesn't reveal any camps or other information. I almost don't want to go there. Here's why. Let's say the southern city-states are all over here to the east, and over here to the west is kind of like wilderness. And the library is like, I don't know, I'm going to pick an arbitrary location here. It'd be so funny if it were actually here. But if it were somewhere nearby, if I go to the Ancient Spire and that section of terrain gets revealed, I'll think I've been there, and I won't scout there if I'm looking for the library. And that would be bad. So I'm just not even gonna go. I'm not even gonna touch the Ancient Spire. And we got Desert Raiders encampment, some outlaws, a few slingers. Should be a pretty easy one to take out. Let's give this guy a all-purpose shield. They're fragile, but the ancient tower shields are actually like, you know, they're tower shields. That defends you well. Okay, now these pole maces are going to require us to be a little bit careful. You gave your spear bow a two-handed hand armor in Monolith. What will you guys wield there? One-handed weapons. They're not going to use the spear. Well, okay. They might use the spear initially to help against necro savants, at least some of them, but then they'll just switch weapons to... I plan on giving them all a secondary mastery, probably. They may not even need mastery, right? But any duelists are actually really good in Monolith. Like, honestly, just a noble sword is really good against ancient legionaries. It's like really good. So, once you have duelist, anyway. So I'll just give them one-handed weapons and they'll do well. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is we're going to do a scoot and shoot. Everyone's going to move up and to the left 2 hexes here. And probably do some weapon swapping. Depending on where they are, we'll decide what to do. See, and this guy, that's the nice thing about polearm mastery. Didn't hit him, but it was cool to be able to do that. What's this guy's melee attack? Yeah, he's got spear mastery, but 66 melee skill. I might pull out the mace. And here we'll do the flails to help take out this outlaw. Spear Rod, 24 MDF and took just 66 damage in Black Monolith. Stagger is so strong there. Yeah, Stagger is indeed pretty useful there. I agree. Let's see, should I go for the stun? Might not need to. And that's a somewhat spooky weapon. We don't have a ton of fatigue. We'll just attack normal. Also did have sand in his eyes. Let's see, should I go for his head? Because his armor's already chonked. It's actually probably pretty close. Head and body armor around the same value. I think that's like the 65 body armor. Oh, why did I think that this outlaw was... boy. My brain did a weird thing to me there. I did not realize he was an enemy. Not my finest moment. A little worried about what this guy's gonna do. But, we'll see. He may get a big chunky hit with that pole mace. And if he does, well, he had it coming. Aha, he missed. Ooh, got the puncture. Let's see, and this is an 80 armor that we would like. We can greed a little bit for it. Cell block tango. I don't know what that means. Enlighten me. Shot that guy in the head. Boom, got that armor. It's from the musical The Way You Sang. He had it coming. Oh, you know, that probably is what it's from. I've got a bunch of very musical friends. And one of them would always say that. I don't know why. It's kind of like a little meme in my internal group of just buddies that play games on Discord. And that probably is what it's from. Chicago. No, I was referencing that. I just didn't know what it was from. Incredible. I was definitely referencing a musical. These are musical people that I'm quoting. I had, when I was a freshman in college, I don't know, why am I surrounding these like they're wiedergangers, like they're gonna get back up? I'm not a freshman. When I was a junior in college, I decided to take a bunch of music classes despite having literally no formal training, not even knowing how to read sheet music. I took a bunch of music major only classes to like learn to do solfege, like the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, that stuff. And then made a bunch of musical friends who took me under their wing and helped me not be a noob. Anyway, they're like still a bunch of the people I play games with. Alright, we got some nice gear here, and this silver bowl, which will sell for a remarkable, is of remarkable weight and should fetch a good price. And we got a couple sipars. We could, if we wanted to do a little bit of fatigue savings, swap these bros here to sipars. Meh. I don't think I'm gonna bother. I think I'm okay with the heavy tower shields despite the poor durability. If they get destroyed, they get destroyed. Who cares? In fact, there's a little piece of me, like when I'm fighting orcs and stuff, would I rather have... I have to think about that. Is this like the shield that I want to use? Like even long term? I kind of think it might be. Interesting. Anyway, got a scimitar, 2 of them. An exotic curved sword. Scimitars are pretty good, actually, for me right now. I was keeping the flails around to help when melee skill was low and to help get brigand armors, like raiders. But I think at this point, the scimitar will be more valuable than the flail. Though I think someone like Final Overdrive can have... Let's give him the winged mace. Or not. Yeah, winged mace. And then I got the pole maces, which I think I'd rather just have the pole arms that I'm using. And I've got this stitched nomad armor, which I guess I don't... I'll keep that as my backup armor here instead of the gambeson. We'll end up keeping a few more nimble armor sets as the team gets nimble. We'll hang on to a few. But we're gonna keep a fairly clean inventory because our capacity is limited, being that we are the band of poachers. That's just one of the things about this origin. So we're gonna go ahead and put these leather shoulder guards on something, just because we can. Probably gonna put it on a nimble armor that I'm actually gonna like keep using, like one of these leather lamellars, or I mean that's probably the best one. Sure, we'll do that, and we'll just leave it there. Nix Larfs, congrats on your 80s women's fashion shoulder pads that have been added to your leather lamellar. They look very nice. The Chaucer. So on the other fatigue neutral, because we're in the desert, I took Pathfinder, because I think we're not going to get too much value out of underdog yet, even though we are eventually going to take it. So we'll take Pathfinder. Yeah, outlaws have helmets, often pretty strong, but also usually have shields, so it's not obvious whether flares. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think... Yeah, I mean, they do often have shields, more often than raiders, probably? I think that's probably true. It's not obvious to me which one's better either. I'm just sort of... I like the consistency of the swords. I like the extra 10% chance to hit. It's a toss-up a little bit, admittedly. Okay, and I think we'll take the 4 hit points here when given the opportunity. We will want a tiny bit more fatigue for this guy, just because of his heavier loadout than a normal fatigue neutral. 104 might suffice though. Nyx Larfs. Let's see, do I take... I think I definitely am gonna take... What am I definitely gonna do? What am I maybe gonna do? I'll take the initiative. We're gonna stick to the plan. 134, we're getting to like probably almost as much as we're ever gonna need. Getting kind of close. So I could maybe not take this, but it's fine. And similar to what we did on Hartwig, I'm gonna take Overwhelm. I'm hoping to get a handgun soon. Hopefully 2. Acquired by whatever means necessary. Hexen? Boy, am I glad I've got the lookout to let us know what these are. Otherwise, I'd have maybe gleefully chased them, hoping to fight hyenas. And we found our road. Okay, so left or right, we're basically right in the center of the map. Most of the civilization, it seems, is to the east. I don't know, I'll go left. There's maybe some thought process I could put into that. But I'm not sure what it would be. I don't know what sort of criteria I would evaluate to make that decision. So I'm just not gonna think about it. Just go left. Al-Hazif. Hello, Al-Hazif. So, green flag. The green flag always means it has the arena. So when you start with gladiators, you're always gonna start next to the green flagged southern city-state. And it looks like this road might continue off. We'll see. We'll see if that's just to a resource or not. We'll take a look at what they've got for bros. A cheap thief we might take a peek at. That's probably it for there. Alchemist, they are selling a handgun. They are expensive. I might buy it anyway. This is such a green flag. And then what time of day is it? Okay, midday. All right, so we'll take a look at the contracts just to see what they are. Hunt down what terrorizes. Certainly might do that. And deliver cargo to Hugo the Elder in Heldenland, which is here. Probably won't do that, but we might, actually. Again, also considering the current ambition, I am more incentivized to take contracts, even if I otherwise maybe would not do them, just to keep that ambition train rolling. And we'll take a peek at what's available in the arena. Nachos. I'll have to think it over. So nachos in the arena are, I think, the easiest way to have something go terribly wrong and to ruin your whole day. Hey, Slurgy, you're not watching the presidential debate? True. I have a... It's not a political stream, but I don't need to. I'll just put it that way. It is not a hard decision for me. Anyway, but even though the arena is a potentially scary endeavor for fighting nachos, spears in particular are excellent against them. I usually really like spear plus shield, specifically to do knockback. But it does need to be done with care. I think this is actually an arena fight that if you don't make dedicated spear builds, you should not do. But if you do, then it's fine. I'm also going to take the banner in, I guess? Maybe I need to reconsider that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just take another spear duelist. Theobald, perhaps. Even though he does not have a boar spear. Yeah, and he doesn't have Spearmaster yet because he's not level 5. So you have to think of how many spear walls we have with and without the shield. Costs 23 fatigue, he'll recover 15 per turn, so you can kind of view there's like 8. Chunks of 8 plus 32, excuse me, 23. 23 and then chunks of 8 is how many turns of shield wall you can get. So 62, so we can do 62 minus 23, it's 39 divided by 8. I hope because I'm doing math on stream that I'm not screwing this up. So that comes out to 4.87, so I think if, assuming I didn't make any errors, he should get 5 turns of spear wall. That's good enough. Of course, if I do have the shield equipped, one of the reasons I would do that would be specifically to use the knockback skill. And so that suddenly makes it where I get very few turns. So if I 62 minus 23, it's 39. Subtract the 20 for knockback, then I only get 2 additional turns of shield wall. That's probably good enough. And Friso here has better fatigue regeneration with Iron Lungs. So instead of being at a deficit of 8, he'll be at a deficit of 5 from doing Spear Wall and remaining still. Yeah, I think 2 extra turns is maybe just a little bit shy. I think I'll leave these shields in the pocket. Just in case they get surrounded, they have that as an option. And it's a tiny optimization, but I'll do the heater shield instead of the Sipar. All right, and then armor-wise, we may as well give him a fully fixed up armor. This is probably fine. I think nasal helmet with rusty mail is like a little bit heavy, but I think now that we got the shield in the pocket, that's fine. This is also pretty heavy here, but this guy is a big beeferton. He got a lot of fatigue. And this is probably also pretty okay. A tiny bit scuffed, but I think this should be fine. So, we'll accept. It'll be something stupid like 2 T3s and a T2, and I'm gonna be sad, and hopefully not just throw away a bunch of bros. But I think we're okay. I'm also going to, at the start of the fight, reposition, depending on who starts out confident, to make sure that that's who the nachos are making initial contact with. Great. So, we can just end turn right here, or again, Final Overdrive is who I want to make contact, because now that he is confident, his melee skill is quite a bit higher than the others. So we're gonna go just up and to the left a little bit. Maybe should have gone up one more. Probably should have. And they have a 4 AP attack. So I can deny them an attack by backing up one, but costs 6 fatigue to do so. I think it's fine. And we're gonna wait with everyone. Yeah, so this was the part, this is the area of the formation I'm most worried about. So options for this guy are, I can stab twice, I can stab once, pull out the shield. I don't need to shield wall because of Theobald here. I could pull out the shield and push him so that he has to do this again. If I just stab him and pull out the shield, I'll probably get eaten. Which is fine. It's pretty bad. I could pull out the shield and push him back to avoid that one turn. And then end turn. Can move this guy forward even. Do I want to do that? Maybe I'd rather a Final Overdrive move to that hex. Let's see if that ends up being an option. Whoa, whoa. That was weird. So I can move Final Overdrive here. I can move Theobald here after the pushback, and now we're all fully defended again. And we'll still have a spear wall next turn. Okay. These are very tactical nachos. No kidding. I gotta knock that off. Let's see, do I put the shield away? Yes. I think I do. Final Overdrive is indeed a Chad. Absolutely. Good. Make him flee. Make him run. Curse you, Theobald. Okay. Do I... Do I spear wall here, or yeah. So we get 2 stabs. That's pretty good. Good, that fleeing is awesome. So we can go here. Won't have a spear wall next turn. If we don't do that, we do have a spear wall next turn. Do I care that much? So if I go here, do I move at all? Maybe don't. I think I don't. Oh, he chose to attack. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna wait on both of these bros, probably. Yeah, we're gonna let this guy flee and die. And then we're gonna occupy his hex with Final Overdrive and the hex here with Friso. I think that's the plan. Yeah, so we have to occupy this or this stupid Nacho is gonna take it. So we're gonna deny him that opportunity. I suppose on Theobald I could have pulled out the Noble Sword. I don't know. Okay. All right, that was... I'm glad it went well. And Theobald levels up. Lovely. Does that count as a contract for the ambition? It does! An arena contract is still a contract. You love to see it. All right. We'll take Spear Mastery. And that is a beautiful hit point roll, isn't it? We do need more resolve still on Theobald, but can't resist that. So let's see. He has high enough hit points, and I think will have high enough hit points by the time he reaches level 11, that unlike most of my other frontliners, I think I can get away with not taking 9 lives. It still would be good, but I could take some other perk instead for his final build. We're definitely still going to want to take Pathfinder, especially now that we're in the desert. I think that gives good value. Why am I talking about this? He took Spearmaster. I already did that. I already chose. Well, for next level. For next level. We'll probably get Pathfinder. For some reason I thought that I was, I don't know, I'm just gonna choose 2 perks this time. Okay. And we're going to do this hunt down what terrorizes. Serpents! So we're gonna buy some tools. I'm gonna buy enough to repair the current armors and then some. We're gonna begrudgingly fight serpents. I think we're gonna take all of these pocket weapons here and replace them with shields. Slurgy dirty in the flesh, indeed, indeed. And Akivio as well. Howdy, howdy. And we're gonna hold off on selling these items until we complete a couple contracts just so that they like us better. There's no rush to sell them. And we also are planning on, I guess, buying a handgun. We'll acquire it the traditional way of exchange of goods for money, I guess. We'll take a look at how many serpents this is. It was a 1 skull contract, so yeah, not very many, just 8. But honestly, pre-nimble, 8 serpents, still a threat. Those bastards. Friso has nutty talents? Oh yeah, dude. Friso is, he's a special boy. Friso is, You know. Friso's, he's cooking. He's got some stuff going on. Yeah, this guy... Here I could go ahead and just equip a noble sword. We won't be doing any spear walls here. Here and here we won't as well, but... I think the boar spears... I don't know. Maybe I could justify using the scimitar. I think the boar spear, just for the extra accuracy, is going to be fine too. 8 serpents. So, if you look at my... Oh boy, wow, that was... I don't know what happened to my brain there. Run rules. I do specifically say that no third-party fights except for road travel or normal part of quest, example caravan allies. I could... The spirit of the rule is that it's like if it kind of happens to happen. So I am not going to use this trading caravan to let these poor conscripts and indebted get ate up by serpents. I'm gonna move away from them to fight the serpents. Even though that would be a pretty natural third-party fight. What? Were they on the screen? I swear it was just mine. Can someone clip that? Is that possible? Or I guess I can look at the video later, if not. I swear that on the left there should be flags. And they were not, their flag was not there, right? You look, okay, Kibio saw it. Rule violation detected. I mean, look, we're gonna fight with the conscripts because they're here. Shame on you, Slurgy. Oh my god. No flag. Okay. Akibio is confirming. I don't think they were. Yeah. Whatever. Again, it's I mean, there's no way of avoiding it at this point. I guess I could run and refight them, you know, taking the hit to my renown and the company's mood. I'm just gonna fight them. Whatever. I do specifically call out, except for caravan allies as part of normal road travel. I went out of my way to avoid this. I'm saying that's good enough. Game glitch, you play it out, or Alt F4. Even if I Alt F4 though, doesn't the fight still start? I don't actually really know how that works. So, anyway. Now that we're here. These poor conscripts. There's a few conscripts that are gonna get sucked up by some serpents, and well, that's their problem. The town hired me to take care of them. I found a way to take care of the serpent problem. Just need to make sure we move Hartwig back. And back he goes. Go get him, conscripts. Go, go, go. I'm just gonna try to snipe the hurt ones. Ooh. Good work, conscript. Low-key watching the debate right now. Fair enough. I have to imagine that's a reasonable course of action. I was watching there was some live music at a sort of local a local, what's the word for it? Nursery? Plant store? And they were talking about people going home to watch the debates. I'm like, nah. Took a break to tune into Battle Brothers. Probably a sensible course of action. This conscript getting tossed around this serpent donut, turning into a creamy filling. Hey, good night, Bijante. We're just gonna stay back. These moves are so erratic for serpents. I'm not even gonna pretend to know and predict exactly what they're gonna do. We're just gonna hang back. Except, oh, that one counts as mine. Where's the bullseye perk when you need it? We get a little bit closer with the pole arms. This conscript's holding out for a while, but not too long. Not long enough. There we go. This serpent's getting softened up nicely. As is that one. Might be able to finish off this one. Well, not with that kind of attack. There we go. Another one that counts as mine. Might be able to finish off this one. Still might with Hartwig be able to do it. Don't want to move him too close though. Do I have a crossbow bolt? I don't. I guess I could just attack here, and if it hits the conscript, I guess I don't care. Alright, well. Maybe I have to help them to actually win the fight. No, I mean, I think they'll be okay. Regardless, I do kind of need to. I think this is a reasonable place for me to just engage. And get the dogs involved too. Okay, finish that one off before Conscript or Indebted had a chance to finish it off. So far, the only serpent deaths are ones claimed by my squad. You love to see it. think they've got enough armor and stuff. I'm gonna let all the conscripts attack first. Maybe there's not that many left, but... Hey, look at that indebted go. There we go. Dang. They got one. I could go here. I think because of how they'll always go for enemies that are surrounded. Well, never mind. I was gonna say I think I can move one of my bros in range and they'd still attack that conscript in the center, but we'll let this conscript attack first. And then I will go in with my squad. Good, take a moment to recover. Okay. Got most of the snack kills, and hey, you know, got what we came for. A completely unintentional, whatever. Anyway, thanks again to Akibio for clipping that. Appreciate that. I didn't, I don't know if I like was right on the edge where it's like a different check and it's like a rounding error or something. I feel like I'm right on the edge of just far enough away, but apparently not. Anyway. The nice thing about these serpent skins is that if we get then some hyena pelts, we can make the large powder bag from it for our eventual handgunners. And I think based on the way I'm building this company, the large powder bag will actually be pretty nice. Most of the time, the gunners don't need it because with the one preloaded and 5 more, 6 total shots is usually all you're ever gonna need. And that still will be the case most of the time. But I think there will be situations, I'm sure, that'll come up in this run where I will want to have that additional ammo, and now I'll be able to have it. Okay, so deliver the cargo to Heldenland. So that's here. We can still learn a little bit about what's in the south and what the mysterious fog is like, and probably find another city in here, I would guess, on our way to Heldenland if we chose that contract. It's not terrible. It's a decent payout too, at 790. I think I'm probably gonna do it. Do I buy a handgun before I go? And do I sell stuff before I go? I think the answer to both of those questions is yes. Remember your Demon Road? I do. You shared a screenshot, yeah, half the map in 0 cities. I do recall that. It was, I don't know, a few weeks ago, yeah, you shared it, and it was like the most comical roundabout. Yeah. That sucks. I have nothing more insightful than that sucks. But yeah, sometimes the game will screw you over like that. It really will. All right, the glistening scales, the recipes for these, I'm probably not gonna use. I'm gonna keep both of these sets of Jagged Fangs and Noxera horns because I'm going to make a Nacho necklace. One of the southern cities will also have a taxidermist, one of the 3, so it's possible I'll run past that one on my way up, assuming I run into one at all. Yeah, yeah. Coping for a while saying that, yeah. You'll find a city, surely, right? Right around the road, right around this bend? Surely there will be a city eventually. The game can be cruel. Okay. So I'm gonna keep a few shields that I can make use of as necessary. Kite shields are the ones that I'm gonna pull out for a special occasion most often. I still do want 4 bundles of throwing axes is more than sufficient. It's probably fine to just keep 2 kite shields. A Sipar? Do I care about the Sipars? Not really, not right now. I'm gonna go ahead and sell it. And then I'll put some backup weapons for when the spear is not useful. Did I not have another arming sword? Maybe I didn't. Is it just this one? Oh, I see. I understand. Okay, duh. That's what happened. All right. Arming sword and scimitar being very similar weapons. Functionally, anyway, for how I'm going to use them. All right, I think I've got stowed away all the things I really want to keep. So I can sell basically everything else that is here. Yeah. I think I'll get rid of the flails. I think it'll be, I don't think I'll need them anymore anyway. Two-handed mallet. Yeah, we might be beyond needing that. Then I'm gonna sell the glistening scales, gonna hang on to the serpent skin, and then I'll sell those. Actually, after doing that, I've got a lot of money. Like a lot. Lovely. So I'll buy a handgun and a powder bag. And let's give Hartwig a gun. Wonderful. Wonderful. Is there any reason for me to keep this crossbow? I don't think so. Maybe if I had like a spiked impaler or whatever the goblin one is called, I might hang on to it for situations where it's useful, but meh, we don't need it here. I could buy fire pots. I think it'll be okay without. We will take a look at this thief. He's not bad. Sedan. My little Toyota Corolla here. He's not bad, but I think I can be a little bit pickier. He's really nice defensively. I don't feel the need to replace either of these Offa or the Chaucer. So I don't think he's worth training up. And I think just 2 bros filling that role for the squad will be fine. But he was a cheap thief. I think he was worth looking at. Now, a paranoid dayteller. Paranoid is a trait that gives 5 melee defense and range defense costing fatigue, or excuse me, costing initiative, is generally a pretty good trait. For 100, I'll take a look. I'll take a look at this guy too. It's worth taking a look. 5 melee defense and range defense for 30 initiative, but not quite cutting it. Okay. We move on. I accept the contract. Now, we could buy a couple nets before we go. I like the sounds of that quite a lot. Definitely gonna buy more tools, and tools at our destination, if I recall correctly. Yeah, Heldenland tools were stupidly expensive here. So we're gonna go ahead and, I guess, kind of stock up, because this isn't too bad of a price. This will put us up to 112. Could go to 132. Sure. We're good on medical supplies for what we've got currently as far as injuries are concerned. We want more, but we don't want to pay 380. I'll buy 1 thing of rice, a little bit of ammo. It's pretty expensive. Oops. So, and I think we'll equip 1 net here on the hybrid. This will make it so that he can't swap to the hunting bow until he throws, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. So I wonder if I click up here, what route will the game choose? Oh! They'll have to try harder to take me out of this world, Captain. Sir Humpert. Just immediately deep chest cut, doesn't care. Hates beast, hates greenskins, and he's ready to stab. Wonderful. Yeah, our 4 spear duelists are actually like super good. It's funny, I'm calling them spear duelists, but only a few have spear mastery and none of them have duelist yet. But they're getting there. They'll get there eventually. Let's see, and I don't have enough renown for the next retinue slot, but it will be available soon. Let's see, how close am I to the scout? Not that close. I've won 2 of the requisite 5 battles. Ah, okay, so this is what it's choosing as the fastest route, is to go up this way. We're gonna reroute. A few hexen. Does this count as a beast fight? Probably does. What I'm wondering is, if I run these 2 bros up forward to either be converted or probably be fine, can I hang back with the rest and kill the webnecks with spears? Gotta keep some of them wooden sticks. Yeah, of course the strategy Zephyr is referring to is when you fight Hexen, if a bro gets converted, the bro next to him pulls out a wooden stick and just stuns him, knocks him out of it. That is the premium way of fighting them. We've got pretty low lethality on the weapons here, but also no nimble. I think if I had nimble, this would be a pretty good fight to take. Given that I don't, slightly reluctant. Also, a few hexen is gross. If it were 2, I think I'm okay. 3, get out of here. I've got comically low resolve. Not 9 lives on everyone, but 9 lives on a lot of the bros, but not everyone. With 9 lives, you can survive through the, is it just called a hex? Whatever the skill is where when you take damage, or excuse me, when they take damage, you take damage, you can survive through it with 9 lives. Give us the spice. Yeah, so they are running away. It's not a terrible fight. We would put our banner out front. Most of the bros have low enough resolve that they are likely to fail. Final Overdrive and Free So. They've got a particular weakness for well-endowed ladies. Apparently. It's on their stat sheet. I'm gonna use the restroom quick, and we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. I am back. Get out of here, spam bot. Okay. We'll move the winged mace over here. Not gonna move the bro, just the weapon. And yeah. Again, considering I've mostly got, like I said, fairly low lethality weapons, we might get knocked around a little bit. I think this fight actually is like fine, and I want to take a beast fight to get the scout. I think this counts, and then we can go to this collapsed ruins. Oh right, we can see what's in there. God, that's nice. I don't like this terrain. The bros are, they're strong. They're resisting. Okay, so I need to think of where I'm gonna move everyone. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to let the shield bros go as far forward as I can let them, and then I'll decide where everyone needs to go from there. I can still throw, and actually this weapon would be great to get rid of. Wow. Streamer luck checkbox selected. Okay. So I want to go up as far forward as possible with the two shielded bros. Passing through this zone of control against two enemies on low ground. This sort of sucks. You know how I said I don't think I'd get any use out of Underdog? Well, been useful here. Though I suppose Pathfinder is also relevant, huh? Well, if we get surrounded and he's here, he'll still be fine. But I'm gonna try to go here and push up. Could also just go here. That's better. And more likely to succeed. So if I want to go there, he has Pathfinder. So he doesn't worry about this uppy down stuff. It's a weird looking square there. That makes me uncomfortable how perfect this square is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ah! I just hit my microphone. That's probably really loud. Okay, we're good. Uh-oh, how do we get here? You know... Shenanigans. We're good. The team has so far resisted all attempts. Incredible. And continue to do so. Could go here and put the dog there. Okay. The dogs are slightly dangerous for us because, as previously mentioned, not everyone has 9 lives. And 9 lives is the key, the hot ticket, the bee's knees, the secret to success. This guy has 9 lives, right? Yeah. So he can get right up there. Let's get right up there. The Chaucer should also, yeah, he does. Do I have him flank around? Or just go here. See if we can get them all the way around. This guy's got 9 lives. Ralph should have 9 lives as well. He does. Good. Friso has 9 lives. Everyone with 9 lives is allowed to proceed forward. Nixlarfs has 9 lives. Most of the bros do, so. Now, Offa has been converted, but you know what? He's currently trapped in a web, so he's dealing with his own issues right now anyway. So let's get Ralph somewhere a bit safer. Final overdrive, yeah, he's got 9. Terrible resolve. But, you know, not enough fatigue to attack with this flail though. Okay, fresh hex put on Nixlarfs. Again, yeah, they both got 9 lives and plenty of health. I suppose Offa will attack this dog? Is that what he'll do? I guess so. Boo. It's a very funny sound effect. You wonder if a converted bro will ever attack a witch if it means killing a hexed bro? Yeah, and the word for hex is really overloaded in this game. Yeah, it's confusing. Hex, they are hexa. Their ability is hex. He's hexed. I suspect they will not attack a witch to kill a bro. I think that's probably not. I would guess that's not a move that they have. Alright, so this guy was out of fatigue to be able to attack, so they won't be able to for the Hexen either. Do I go all the way to there? No. Did he regain more fatigue? How does that work? Sus. How have you felt the Spirit Duelist spells have performed so far? Good so far, but I wouldn't say I've really, like, tested them either. Boy, Nixlarfs, you're doing this to yourself, buddy. Oh, whoa, 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 he procced 9 lives early. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, okay. He had a tiny bit of health missing, and we brought the Hexa down low. Rutrow. Nixlarfs, no. I told the person I named you after I'd keep you alive. Okay, so I want to free up this Hex so that the banner can go and attack the hex. I guess that's all his turn will be. This guy can go up and attack as well. Okay. Alright. Whew. Crisis averted. We're all fine here. Thanks. How are you? Star Wars reference. But yeah, the Spear Duelists, we'll see. Right now it's kind of still all like tempo-ish builds. Like they're not, they haven't come into their own yet. They're still sort of regular Zergling type builds, kind of. Let's see if there's any more dogs to put down. There are. Look at him, Doge. Yeah, Final Overdrive as an individual has been doing fantastic. Absolutely crushing it, in fact. There we go. Well, that was, you know, if you came here looking for spice, that's not what we got in that hex fight. And then the witch hair. Is there anything I can craft with just witch hair? I don't think so. I think I need other... Witch hair is part of protective runes and sigils, which I'm never going to bother crafting. And it's also in the Hexen Trophy, but to craft that we would need a poisoned apple and mysterious herbs as well. So we're just gonna sell this witch hair. Streamer luck has been concentrated on one bro. Yeah. Right, yeah, other than missing those 95s. Missing 95s is, makes you eligible for a pay cut. Okay. Collapsed Fortress. Some ancient auxiliaries, some ancient legionaries. Not bad. We can probably do that pretty safely. A few bros are hurt, but the ones that are most hurt are backliners that just simply won't put themselves in a position to be attacked at all, so it's fine. The Orc Goop Juice Power. Sounds like something a peddler would be trying to sell to the squad. Alright, we're gonna equip some secondary weapons, and in fact we're gonna put these shields in the pocket. We're gonna switch over a couple weapons. Give a pole hammer to someone. Maybe give that to the banner, actually? It's probably fine. Thought you could get juices from enemies in this game? I mean, look. I wouldn't drink it. I wouldn't drink this, but you could call this juice. This is like juice. Alright, let's fight these ancient dead, shall we? Might be nighttime by the time we start the fight. Looks like it's not. Good. Strange meat, strange juice. The poisoned oil comes from the webneck juice. Exactly. There's juice in this game. Okay. Take that. Oh, hit him in the head. He's protected there. Forbidden juice. God, I love... That was like a... Forbidden foods. That was like a... There was an internet moment of fame for that. Seems to have disappeared now. Sad. It's a subreddit? So it still exists? Oh, good. I feel like there was a while where those proliferated outside of just Reddit. You could find forbidden food references other places, and I don't know. That appeals to my sense of humor. I can't describe it. I can't explain it. I don't know why. Forbidden snacks. And the icon's a Tide Pod. Forbidden boba. Oh man. Okay, I'm leaving that tab open. That's definitely getting looked at later. Well, this fight went... I shouldn't speak too soon, but very smoothly. We'll just need to make sure not to get Nyx larves too close to them, though he does have 9 lives. We're not so different, you and I. Does that also appeal to your sensibilities, Manifest Destiny's Child? I would not be surprised if it did. This is good stuff. That's quality humor. You went to top all time on that sub? Like a post that you made? Or, oh, you click, oh, okay, never mind. Top. All time. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Just the top ones are very, very good. Okay. Anyway, Battle Brothers. The only annoying thing about fighting Ancient Dead, well, not the only thing, one of the only things, is you gotta recombobulate afterwards. You gotta put your bros back together. I think that's basically it. Must have been something else I put in this slot. Can be a net. You're back. What'd you miss? Well, we fought some Hexen? Is it Hexen when they're plural? I don't know. Hello, Toxic Wild Hog. Hexen is the plural? Okay, good. So it's a single hex, H-E-X-E, from a group of hexen, H-E-X-E-N, who cast the spell hex, H-E-X. Overhype. Come on. I know you're German, but what are you thinking? What are you thinking about? Yeah, targeted at a hex. Yes. On this hex grid. Sheesh. All right, Heimrad, my okay tempo. In fact, let's just call him. We'll throw back to good old Slug Zoo. I don't know if he's streaming too much these days or around, but he refers to them as Zerglings. Maybe that's a Some Weird Sins thing. We'll call him that. People know it. It's what he is. The plural for ox is oxen. Why isn't the plural of box boxen? True. So what's the best tempo perk for someone that I don't particularly care about? I could give him quick hands. Give him like a melee weapon. That seems good. Why give him 9 lives when I don't care about his lives? We'll give him one of these big old great swords in his pocket. Keeps it sheathed behind him. Or in his pocket. Maybe he's got a very deep pocket. A very large set of trousers. Oh boy. There's an interpretation of that joke that I'm not. Is that the intent? Or am I? Anyway, that's good. So one of my, if I ever do performances and I've got a vocal mic, my favorite sound check. Compasses. Oh, good. My favorite sound check is to say, popsicle, ice, icicle, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. And I suggested that to Adam Neely on Twitter for fun sound check things, and he apparently did it, and the audience thought it was hilarious. Adam Neely being a music YouTuber. I think let's just push forward and attack. I think that's going to be the game plan here. Right, therefore I am funny. Yeah, that's the implication, and I'm claiming this. I'm funny by proxy. People laughed at the joke that I told an actual funny person to say, and I'm claiming that as my own. I know what I'm doing here. I know what's happening. I'm aware. It's good you chuckled. Good. Audiences did enjoy it. Or at least they pretended. And if so, they did a good job of pretending. Could try to get this armor. Let's try to get this armor. Though that joke is not an original, as, you know, humor is also maybe a bit like music in that nothing is original. Someone told me that once. I don't remember who. And I thought it was funny. Yes, ChatGPT for words that end in ickle, article, vehicle, particle, icicle, obstacle, bicycle. Wait. Obstacle? Bicycle, tricycle, popsicle, pinnacle? Go home, ChatGPT, you're drunk. Alright, we got that armor. Cute little fight. Stitched nomad armor. Obstacle. Alright, we'll grab Spear Mastery on the Spear Duelist. +2 in both the secondaries that we care about for this guy. I don't recall if this exact scenario happened, but in my head I'm thinking, if this were a +4, I might just take it. But a +3, I think I want one of these. And I guess I kind of need a little bit of both. Holy shit, the -10 is tough. -10... -10 what? What do we have -10 of? Is this Spear Duelist trained wrong as a joke or a serious build? Oh, this is a serious build. This is a serious build. We're gonna have a company largely comprised of it. If you'd like an outline of the whole company's plan, it is in the YouTube Slurgy. It's the like company intro thing. What do I have -10 for? Oh, RDEF. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. This guy, so in formation, in normal situations, he's gonna be the very edge where enemy archers are not gonna be firing because they like to fight, you know, fire into the clump, the central clump of your bros. Definitely gonna be living on the edge. But yeah, the -10, there will be fights where that will be a problem. And we are just gonna accept it. I'm not gonna try to level it up. We're just not gonna put him in positions where he's subjected to much ranged fire, if at all possible. He's like the quarterback. How so? All right, and we've got Spear Mastery now on our Spear Duelist bros. But yeah, that -10 range defense. He's happy to catch them arrows. He's the guy you put tanks in front of, you do when you play your took. Yeah. In this game, it's almost the opposite. You put him... Enemies in ranged love attacking clumps. And so you put that guy to the edge where enemies won't shoot their ranged fire. Hey, good night. A729N. All right, and we found the taxidermist. And yeah, nimble and duelist and we are in business, exactly. That'll be, once we've got that on the squad, we'll be rocking and rolling. They are also selling a handgun. We do want to acquire one more. We'll probably be able to afford it just fine after selling stuff here. And we can't accept a contract, of course, because this is just a pit stop on our way up to Heldenland. Oh man, isn't VATS the, in Fallout, isn't VATS the like automated targeting system? Oh boy, that's probably the ATS, huh? I never played any of the, well, that's not true. I was gonna say I've never played any of the Fallout games. I played some like PlayStation ARPG in the Fallout universe, and it was awesome. I cannot remember what it was called. I think it was probably actually a bad game, but I won't be accepting that. To me, it's a wonderful game. Virtually assisted targeting system. Okay, yeah. That sounds. I believe you. All right, we'll put this probably on Friso, because boy, his resolve is terrible. All right, it's a pretty decent sale price. Good enough that it makes me want to do it so that I can buy the handgun. Right, I'm assuming, yeah, these gemstones are so expensive. We don't care about the poison gland. Don't care about the hexen hair. Again, I still might hang on to these for the powder bag. So I really only need 2 of them. The gossamer, actually we could make a reinforced net right now. In fact, we can make 3 reinforced nets? Sure. Those will be handy. We definitely will want to have those generally. Kind of want to save them for a rainy day a little bit. We won't need too many. We won't really have bros with bags. So, do you swap weapons in the spear bows for spooky, scary skeletons? Yeah, we just did that in a fight against some ancient dead and just swapped weapons. The plan generally will be that they'll have a sidearm that they can use for spooky skeletons, or just sort of any situation where they're not spear walling. Whenever that comes up. Skeletons being a prime example. And yes, I'm saying skeleton, because that's a fun way of saying it. I don't think we need any of those shields, and I think there might still be need for a couple butter knives somewhere. Here. But yeah, we're this build, this run we're cooking, as we have in so many. All right, we'll get the handgun and the powder bag. It's a little expensive, but we'll acquire them the noble way. Okay. Sweet. And I don't think there's any need to keep this crossbows, so we'll just get rid of them. I suppose I could have done the crossbow instead of the hunting bow. Yeah, whatever. Do you remember Zoo Pals? I don't think so. That's not ringing a bell anyway. Zoo Pals. Sounds fun. Is it anything like a Tamagotchi? Because I had one of those. Serpents pass through here. Oh, hey, and we've got enough spots for the faller. So I want to fight beasts, but I want them to be beasts that aren't serpents. Zoopals were a brand of paper plates targeted towards toddlers. Is that a real product, or is this a joke? Ifrits. I also don't want to fight Ifrits. It was a real product. Incredible. And there's a city here, Dornheim. Didn't get there before nightfall. Could consider paying for tavern roomers. We've got more money now. See if there's named items nearby. Oh, it's red. It's got contracts, of course. Okay. The most skilled armorsmith around, who happens to be a friend of mine, got tricked by those damned nomads, and they made off with one of his prize armors. If you come across any nomads south of here, search their bodies thoroughly. Bingo. South of Dornheim? I can't imagine there's anything here, so it's probably down here. Wonderful. So, south of Dornheim, armor, nomads. Cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We have not yet found a piece of named gear. It's still early. We'll complete this contract, but, you know, we can fight some nomads for named armor. That sounds great. Well, fuck whatever we're about to do. Now, I'm still going to complete the contract. We can come back. We can come back. Can and will, in fact. Boy, I hope it's a spear. It's probably not. Oh wait, it's an armor. It's an armor. Armor is not a spear. Never mind. Brain was not good. Lots of armored wiedergangers and some geists. LUI. You would pivot immediately. LUI. Local user interface. Language user interface. Logical user identifier. Life usage index. I don't know what LUI stands for. You guys instant lizard brain go for it? Oh man, I put in my notepad. Just got a little notepad. That's all I do. Lol. Okay. Okay. Alright. I don't... Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you all thought I was just an idiot. That's all I've displayed. Okay, so what's my plan here? So we know there's no necromancer. We're dealing with what, 3 geists? 4? No, it must be 4. So let's back up. They can move 3. We're all idiots together. Okay, well, good. Good to know I'm in good company. I have a tendency to be like weirdly, what's even the right word? too literal? Like I'll take things at face value without giving them any critical thought at all? Which is not a good way to live your life, in case you were curious. But it's a thing I do sometimes. You were a programmer, right? It makes sense. True, I was, and yeah, fair. But still, I mean, I'm a programmer by trade, and I guess I don't really do it much anymore, but I don't know that that gives you... Thanks for the excuse. The gunners blasting. And we'll nestle them between some spears. What do you do now? I still work in IT. I'm just not actively developing anything anymore. Oh, he doesn't have crossbow mastery yet. This guy does though. Should I push forward to attack the Geists? Probably with some of the bros I do. So you turn stuff off and then back on. That is, honestly, yes. Spear's so good against Geist? Absolutely. They absolutely are. Hey, good evening, Davy Boy 69. Nice. You've heard many good things about this game? Oh boy. For good reason. It's a good game. If you don't have it, you should get it. You won't be disappointed, unless it's the type of game that's not for you, in which case, you will be disappointed. But I think it's great. Currently, according to Steam, I've played this game more than half as much as I've played Dota, and I've played a lot of Dota. Make of that what you will. That number may mean nothing, but it's a big number. You only had 1.7k hours of fun? Manifest Destiny's Child, laying down the possible options for how you might feel. Pretty much got them all. Pathfinder Kingmaker, you're at the point in Kingmaker where you have strategies, a bit of hunter or anything. Now, isn't that game a, that's more like a true RPG, right? I've not played it. But I thought that was like almost D&D kind of style game. Yeah. I do have many milquetoast opinions. Hang around here long enough and you might think that pineapple on pizza is like fine, if that's what you're into. That would be enough damage. But yeah, you should definitely give Battle Brothers a try. If you're the type of person that sees tactical combat laid out on a hexagonal grid, and that makes you go, oh, okay, I might like this, then I'm sure you will. Nice. Very good sellable items there. And a bunch of spears that we don't need because we got plenty. We will eventually complete this contract. Eventually. I'll get there eventually. Cute little thug camp on the way. The Rotten Lodge. Apparently Davy Boy has not had his ruling class sleep with their relatives yet. This impenetrable wall with little kill zones. Kind of a cute thing that will probably make a reappearance. Oh right, that guy can't reload and fire on the same turn. I knew that. Whenever your jokes bomb me, just say it was a reference joke. Don't mind it. It's the best way to do it. Oh yeah, sorry, it's an inside joke. It's the best way to do it. Oh no, they're running. No, come back. I should have known that they would run. For some reason, that thought hadn't crossed my mind. Yeah, I mean that, Akibio, that is basically the exact result that I anticipated, which is why I didn't bother. You do not think you're smart enough to play and enjoy this game? Now, I mean, I don't know your life, Davy Boy 69, but you do not have to be smart to enjoy this game. This game can be played Like, I'm a sweaty tryhard, and I'm going to be trying to do things that are unnecessary for a player to hop in and have fun with. You can absolutely do power fantasy, I make mistakes all the time, just enjoy sandbox building an RPG company, and that is a totally valid and wonderful way to play the game, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you will enjoy it if that's your type of thing. So, that's my, I don't know, spiel, my shtick, my thing, my statement. Yeah, obviously, I've proven I've got some brain deficiencies already in this very stream, several times, and I'm still here. My company's still alive. We're thriving. We're manifesting. We're succeeding. Boy, we got some fancy highborn here. Dirk, Roger, and Alfred. Should be a good sale price here, and there is because of these ambush trade routes. Take a look at these contracts. Escort a caravan to Tannenwaller. Stated day to the northwest. Have I just not been there? What does stick to the meta mean? There are sort of preordained, predestined, whatever. There's ways of playing the game that you can sort of follow prescriptive. That's the word. You can follow sort of prescriptively and do pretty well. Yeah, follow accepted strong strategies. Tinwaller, about a day to the northwest. That must be over there somewhere. Not gonna do this contract. How about this one? Drive off brigands at collapsed dwellings west of Heldenland. 3 skull. Fight some brigands. Tempting. Because that will complete our ambition. After fighting those brigands, we're going to return south and we're going to fight some nomads south of Dornheim. But I do want to complete this contract. Friso, the spear duelist, has leveled up. I think, is this the same situation he always finds himself in? And I think I say it every time. I really want to take the +4 in resolve, but I don't know when I'll have the opportunity to take another +4 in hit points because he doesn't have the talent stars and I take the hit points. He can be a specific bro that I make sure to get the arena buff on and give him an accessory slot item that gives him resolve. $38 is not where I want it to be long term. It's functional for now, even a bit low, even for this point in the company. It's pretty low. I can't resist. Can't resist. Because I can take 4s and resolve later. And we'll take gifted. Because gifted is great. And will I ever need more than 90 fatigue on this guy? Probably not. I bet that's going to be all he'll ever need. Once he's kitted out in Raider gear. A +4 maybe to 94 or something would be nice, but with Iron Lungs, I think he'll be alright. And look at our little spear duelists. They are all coming along. Great. Alright, we'll do this contract. We'll take out some brigands at the collapsed dwellings. 3 skull contract. I don't know if there's any contract twists, but we've got gunners. And it's day 30, and we're fighting brigands. So I highly suspect that this fight will go well. Whoa. Briggy's doing Briggy stuff. Could take on these on the way. I think I should. 13 is a lot of experience. While most people might see 13 brigands, I see 13 little experience bundles. Slurgy's first run of this series is pretty much a masterclass. Well, thank you. That's lovely. Yeah, the first one I think I played pretty straight. Probably? Yeah, spears are not meta. Spears require a bit of game knowledge that isn't necessarily approachable for a new player, despite the fact that spears are a great weapon for a new player, which is why I made the meme of the bell curve and posted on Reddit, and I thought I was so cool and funny. Scouting mission. You see a lack of hats? Yeah, brigands are not smart. They just aren't. Here they come. There we go. Do I have on Hartwig? No. No Pathfinder. I was wondering if I could run to this high ground spot and blast them. But I can't. Lost them. Your daily Star Wars reference. In case you don't get those enough. I'm sure that any amount is sufficient. 0 also works, but here we are. Let's see. Is this the one? Yeah. No crossbow mastery on this guy yet. Excuse me? I noticed they didn't take damage. The references are strong with this one. It's an older meme, but it checks out. Alright. This was a nice, easy fight, but a very good source of experience. And we're getting very close to Nimble. which is when the squad will really pop off. Amused I am. You know, I wish, as in an actual serious Star Wars opinion that I have. That's right, I have an opinion on something. In The Mandalorian, they should not have named the character previously known only as Baby Yoda. They should not have given him a name. Grogu, it's fine. It's fine. Baby Yoda, very cute. They should have just let the world know it as Baby Yoda, embraced it, just called him Baby Yoda, say he doesn't know his name. That would have been much better. I think most people, if they're going to admit to being a fan of one particular sci-fi franchise, they're going to claim Star Trek. I don't really care that much about either. But I did watch The Mandalorian. Our first Nimble Bro, none other than Final Overdrive, which makes sense because he was rockin' in some previous combats. 40 resolve, that's still pretty low. Let's bump that up to 44. We can take hit points later. Imagine being only called the generic name of the most famous member of your species. Hey, you know, it's cute. I don't know. I don't think so. I guess it depends on the people you're around and company you keep. I think I pretty openly admit to all my nerdy indulgences, and maybe I'm simply too oblivious to recognize distasteful reactions in others, but I don't think so. If someone doesn't like something that I like because of what it is, then I don't care. A few marksmen, many raiders, and a leader. Lovely. Yeah, I mean, most of I thought about removing any of the filters, and then I realized actually there are some things that I want filtered. And I don't want anyone to ever insult anyone else with any, like if someone said some obscenity directed at another person, I'm not gonna let that through because I don't like that kind of crap. But, so that's why I left the filters in, but most things I'm gonna let through. Yeah, here we are in some real, I don't know, whatever this is. Well, let's see if they think they have ranged advantage. They probably do. Brigands often will, because, I mean, I think we already know they will based on what we can see in this moment. Also that. They'll have some throwing weapons. Okay, alright, I get it. You got throwing weapons. Luckily. The guy with minus 10 range defense is here on the high ground. Yeah. This fight is gross. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it too. Like, I don't want to only approach down here because of what a pain it is to get people there and how many shots they'll be able to take. Right, and which one is it? The one. Okay, Nixlarf's does not yet have crossbow and firearms mastery. But Hartwig does. Okay. And we haven't seen their leader yet, so we don't know like what sort of weapons he has. He could be scary, right? I mean, they brought the Witcher here. And boy, do they have a lot of throwing weapons. So if I move 2 Spear Bros here and here, Final Overdrive and Sir Humpert could nestle in a gunner here. Sure. There's the leader, the Butcher, with not very fancy gear. Oh, okay. All right. I kind of thought that okay. I did not think he would do that. Well, if I'm gonna put a bro in a dangerous hex intentionally, it's gonna be the bros specifically designed to do that. So let's get to it, and I suppose then I am going to just run everyone up and around. Crackhead Craigslist? That sounds good. That does sound appealing to my interests. Interesting that you use a lot of double grip spears. Yeah, so I do also do that normally. And I'm not gonna call this a challenge run because I actually think this is legitimately good. But yes, there are a bunch of dual grip spears and there will be throughout the entire run. What's the idea behind that? I did outline the sort of general plan strategy for this. Here, why don't I should get a link to this because it is a good question and it is one that I should have an answer ready for. Boom. I do go over it in that video, which is the first video in this particular run series. It's a pretty good gun blast. I guess I could have waited. He does have anticipation. Could have and should have waited, in fact. Hey, welcome. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see, Hartwig is not the one with 9 lives. Alright, Hartwig is gonna have to back up. Hit him in the head. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So Hartwig is going to be backing up. Nixlarfs, unfortunately, is the one without crossbow and firearm mastery. That really is too bad. Oh yeah, I mean, he'll do it. Start it next turn. I know, get rigged, Witcher. He has such a luxurious locks of hair. Could go here. Friso is fast enough. Even though I waited, I'm curious if he'll be able to still spear wall here, which would be a pretty nice location to do it. What made Hartwig so slow? I guess just fatigue buildup. I'm like really nervous about him dying. I need to move this guy so that this isn't such an appealing clump. I can move him here. I need to keep Hartwig alive. These two are both gonna attack. No! Damn it! Wow, he really got blasted. Hartwig, taken out. That was our starting hunter. Rip in pepperonis. Oh yeah, last run recovered from, let's say worse. Understatement of the century, but yes. Yes, it did. Well, that's too bad. We'll see. Was he just struck down? No. All his weapons are there. Well, you know. These briggies must pay. Oh, I shouldn't have moved that guy there. Whoops. Well. Final overdrive, holding that bottom flank. Oh, they're running now. Not the butcher. The butcher doesn't run. Dang. Okay. He tried to stun, but only got stunned. Around the briggy, a perimeter create. That's right. That's the plan. It's sad when one of the starting bros dies. You know? They're like the starting companions. They're kind of the cornerstone. They're what you sort of plan your whole strategy around, at least partially. Sad day. Every last one of these briggies shall pay. No one takes out Hartwig and gets away. Imagine losing all those starting brothers in a peasant militia run. Right? Can you imagine? That would be heartbreaking. That would be so bad you might use an adjective like tragedy to describe it. Or whatever adjective you'd like. Nightmare, disaster, etc. But at least there is, in the series, there will be a one, and hopefully exactly one, run that recovers from the brink of disaster. So that's kind of neat. I wanted one of those to exist. Didn't have the, you know, didn't want to set it up intentionally. I'll let the dogs finish this guy off. Terrain's too weird. I don't know what to click on. Okay. I was like, wow. Hartwig with the company for 30 days. The company's only been around for 30 days. Sad. But we soldier on. Start this guy out with a loaded powder bag, I suppose. You know, and the sad thing about that death is it was just before Nimble. He was on the cusp of Nimble. The real question is, if I were to go back, if I were to watch that again and ask the question, if he had 9 lives, would he have lived instead of Colossus? Of course, you can't know what injuries would have happened, and, you know, there's some of that. The answer is maybe. Because he would get that boost to his range defense at the final, almost fatal blow. And he would have gotten the boost to initiative, which would have allowed him to take that turn at the start of the next round. Almost certainly it would have saved him. If he had had 9 lives instead of Colossus, at least in a vacuum, in that fight, he would still be alive. Too bad. All right, we got another Nimble Bro online. When do you take 9 lives versus Colossus? boy. I don't have a good succinct answer. In this particular case, I took Colossus because, if I recall correctly, at level 1 he had 60 hit points, and I think at his very first level up he rolled a +4 in hit points. And so I opted to take Colossus instead of 9 lives, just because of the sort of multiplicative value. Whereas on these other hybrids, I took 9 lives because I don't plan on really pumping their hit points meaningfully at all. So I need to give them a defensive perk, and so that's the one for them. Yeah, and melee dudes getting both is that's a good way to go about it. You take level 2, 9 lives on most bros early you want to keep. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it as well. And same. If I take 9 lives on a bro, it usually means that I want to have that turn to bail them out if they reach that threshold where they proc 9 lives and they get that 1 round of defenses and a little bit of survivability, and I can hyper focus on keeping that bro alive. It still, of course, sometimes goes south. Like, you know, RNG will do as RNG does, but it's a good good way of keeping bros around. But yeah. Dang. Hartwig. Perished. These 6 raiders taunting me. Oh my goodness. Oh, is this... This might be... I've never seen this event, but I've heard of it. Is this the one where you fight bounty hunters? I've never seen this event. Yeah, there's a special enemy. I've never seen this. Right? Is this the bounty hunters? Maybe not. I'm trying to, let's see, is this? Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. So what are they, just buffed up brigands? Oh, they have nimble. Oh god. All weapon masteries: bullseye, quick hands, overwhelm, nimble, dodge, rotation, footwork, recover, brawny, and some pretty good stats. Yeah, they're like better than mercs. If they've got nimble on the front lines. Wait, What option? I chose, what option did I choose? I thought I chose the one where I was fighting. What did I just click on? No. Wait, what were those options? I was trying to fight them. What? I wasn't paying enough attention. I gave up the head? No. Well, I guess I'll still never see them. Okay, well. Was there any special reward for that? I can't find the event. I think I'm trying to find it just on the wiki. I mean, I guess I could, again, I could. Well, whatever. We know you chickened out. No, I wanted to do it. Disaster has befallen me. No special reward. Bravely ran away. I wanted to fight them. I did. I really did. Just get the ordinary 2x reward for the extra leader head. Okay. I would have taken that. Get overwhelmed. Yeah. Merc gear. Merc gear would have been nice. Get in there, freezing. Quickly taken out with my 11 bro squad. Theobald. 3 resolve or 1 melee defense. 41's pretty low. For this bro, melee defense will be less important, but not nothing. We'll grab the resolve. And let's grab Pathfinder. I think he leveled up earlier this stream, and I mentioned that I would probably take Pathfinder. In fact, I'm almost certain that happened because I allocated Spear Mastery and thought, that one doesn't count, I get another free one. But it does, and I don't. All right. So we're looking for a replacement, ranged bro. Because I do think I want at least 3, possibly 4, if it's a particularly good hybrid. I think I'd be pretty happy with that. And by particularly good hybrid, I mean like a hybridized hybrid, like good, genuinely good melee skill. So sellswords would be great to hire. But these aren't it. I mean, these are pretty expensive highborn. I'm looking to maybe pick up some highborn to round out the team, but not for like, you know, more than I've even got in my bankroll. Though this guy's expensive because of his armor, which would be great to have. You like anatomists? Sellswords are obviously far better. Yeah, anatomists can work. An anatomist for 730. Yeah, because anatomists, they've got, what is there? Yeah. They're pretty good, anatomists are. Anatomist events are pretty good too. True. You're not sure if 730 is a good price? I feel like they are often somewhat expensive. Like, I don't know if this doesn't, I don't feel like this is out of line for anatomists that I've seen. Apparently there is an anatomists pull splinter event where they'll give him melee defense by just pulling a splinter. Cure asthma is pretty good. I don't have any asthma here. You consider 500 good, 730 is normal. I don't hire anatomists too often. I probably should. I think they're actually like a decent background. They just fall into that window where they're kind of like militia, where I don't hire them very often because like I'm looking to fill out my roster at the beginning with like the really cheap stuff, the like 100 crown day tellers and stuff. And then later I'm looking to round it out with like the really good expensive premium backgrounds because I have a bunch of money at that time. But I should be open to getting backgrounds like anatomists more often. Yeah, hire them early if they're very cheap, same as militia. I feel like that makes sense. Let's see what this guy's got to offer. So his melee is pretty middling. His hit points are low. So I think they are able to be confident if you're not in the origin. Only the anatomous origin prevents all bros from being confident. They can be confident when they're in a regular company. This guy's only got 88 resolve post Fort Mind. Hallstein here would have a good bit more. He's pretty fragile. No, I don't think I'm gonna keep him around. But I got a dagger. And like cool looking gear. Okay. So I want to head south of Dornheim to find that fancy, very fancy named armor. But you know, and actually, maybe I should have. Well, whatever. Anyway, I fired him. I think maybe I should have kept him around, actually. We're gonna keep some gear for a new recruit of unknown utility to us. Unknown purpose, maybe is a better way of putting it. But looking for a hybrid. I'm about to get nimble on a bunch of bros, so I might hang on to these padded leathers. Yeah, I think I will. So I'm gonna mark them to be repaired as well, so I can use them. Boy, tools here are super expensive, as is ammo. Okay, so I want to return to Dornheim and go south of there and blah blah blah, but as previously mentioned, I want to hire a bro and have him in the company, at least for that fight. There's no one here that I want to hire, I don't think. Again, what I really want is sellswords. I want to find a couple of sellswords. I can probably get one at Al Hazred. In fact, I think I saw one there when I was visiting earlier, but I think it was pretty expensive. You can find them for really cheap, actually. Well, not really cheap, but for how good they are, pretty cheap. I'm gonna head to Wolf's Wall. We're making a name for ourselves. And we'll see who they have for hire, and then we'll head south on this road. Can I get there before nightfall? I did. And they're having a feast. These aren't the backgrounds I was looking for. But there are dogs. And we want some dogs. So now we have dogs. Then I found $20. Cool story, huh? Okay, buy some ammo. It's probably cheaper there than it will be wherever we're going. So let's just head south on this mystery road. See where it takes us. Again, we are going to make our way south of Dornheim. We will. Don't worry, it's on the list. It's definitely a place we're going to go before day 40. We're finding that named armor. Is this road cursed? Here's a city at least. Amber Collector, a coastal city? A big harbor city. Huh. Who'da thunk it? Doesn't go anywhere. But it's a big harbor city. Well, not the backgrounds we're looking for. Follow the tracks for the Tome of Arcane Knowledge. We could deliver cargo to Eichendorf. 2 days to the north? No. Tavern Rumor. We can take a quick peek at these. All right, nothing good. Could buy the cheap fisherman for his net and see what the bro's like. I suppose that's kind of like recruiting a fisherman for 126, which actually is kind of good. They're like a decent background. And we can buy some nets. I like having nets available. I'm not gonna buy him out of nets. I'll buy like 3, which means I will soon wish that I had bought more. I think that's what that means. Let's take a look at this super cheap guy. Dastard Fragile. Thank you for your net. Okay, I don't want to fill up the inventory too much. Alright, follow the tracks, return the Tome of Arcane Knowledge. I could, but I don't want to. Other stuff here is super expensive. Could sell this pole hammer. I don't think I'll have that much use for it at this point in the run. It's a pretty good sale price. Sure. You bought a rat catcher for his net, had no harbors, he ended up being a 9-star in an MFM tech. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure that's basically what free sale was. I bought him for his net, and this is what we got. I'm not complaining. Okay. I'm gonna continue on. I could, actually, I have a retinue slot. I could get the recruiter. It's an option. But I don't think I'm gonna bother. They're really at it. I assume you're referring to the bots. Yeah, they really are. All right. We're at just like, what, 800 renown? Something like that, because we hit 750 not that long ago. So we're still a little ways away from professional. But there is a noble house that we are happy to raid. And so I think I'm happy to choose this particular ambition. I think this one will be a good one. You wish Automod custom? Well, it's the tricky thing. I get rid of it before I can even really see it. They'll use like a different character, so instead of a regular E, it'll be an E with like an underline thing. And I think they're just doing all the different permutations of... I don't know. I mean, I guess what I could do is I think I could probably ban or restrict messages that include URLs. I don't even know that they all have that. But I don't want to necessarily, I mean, I guess I could VIP people as a way around that. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it looks like that other southern city is out west, interestingly. So, here's some nomads. We are south of Dornheim. It will be in a camp, not from rando. Nomads on the road. So let's take this fight. We definitely want to hit 7 before we fight that big old fight. There are channels that use a chat prompt to stop the bots. Oh, like the little, to chat here, you agree to follow the rules. Like those kind of things? Is that what those do? Oh. I didn't know that that's all I needed to do. Okay. I will set that up before I stream next time, because I am annoyed by banning them constantly. Yeah, I'll set up one of those rules. That seems like a good idea. I want this fighting spear. No. Oh, whoa, whoa, hold on. What am I talking about? That's not a fighting spear. Excuse me, that's not a boar spear, that's a fighting spear. Oh, I really want this fighting spear. This is like a named item for me. I want that very much. Yeah, I'm a simple creature. I see spear, I want spear. Want spear. Get out of here, bud. I want to make sure I don't take out too many where this guy runs away. I've only killed one at the moment, so could repel this guy. Could attempt to repel him and fail. Maybe should have just attacked. Probably should have. Ow. Should have put that dog down before attacking. Got him. Hey, 9 lives is procced. And he is fleeing. I hope we get it. There's a chance we don't, of course. Oh, especially with that swamp there. No spear. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. I hovered over his corpse. It would be an item you could pick up in battle if it's something that was able to be looted. And thus, I am sad. Anyway, to Dornheim we go. I have a feeling that the actual camp that they reference in the rumor is south of the road here too, so we'll swing by Alhazred before going to check it out. Could pick up a poacher if I'm looking for a hybrid. And I think I can get a better sale price at the southern city than this. Although, wow, look at that price on ammo. That's great. Escort caravan to Tiefenstadt, Day of the East. We're not doing that. Tools are expensive here. All right, I don't normally recruit like mid-game poachers, but we are the band of poachers. And I'm gonna take a peek at this gambler because he's real cheap and gamblers can be good. All right, this poacher is fine. He's fine. This gambler is bad. Okay, Eberhard. Fine pull. Could give him Backstabber. 71's pretty good melee skill at the moment. He's gonna hit stuff most of the time. Dodge might be good. Dodge might be good. Ralph. Now, I really want to take crossbow and firearm mastery. I mean, this guy doesn't. Well, But we take nimble. Nimble is so good. This guy is the one that is missing an ear, so he is not one of our little initiative builds. Alright, so I'm going to head towards Al-Hazred, assuming I don't see a camp here. I don't think I will. Yeah. They've got ambush trade routes. Yeah, so that's the sellsword that I saw for sale earlier. Very expensive. And also an assassin with the assassin's garb armor, which I do enjoy. It's very good. Drive off nomads at sunken ruins west of Al-Hazred. Okay. Those are both safe to take, because it was sunken ruins west of Al-Hazred and whatever. But if there were a nomad... So, people freak out about nomad camps, or like camps, busting camps by... Excuse me, ruining camps that could have named items by accepting contracts. Most of the time, unless you know that there's a named item, you should not worry about that at all. Just do what's best for your company now. 50 hit point nimble? 50 hit point nimble is totally legit, actually. So the way nimble works and the way armor penetrating damage works in this game, a 50 hit point nimble bro is actually kind of pretty durable, because his armor is almost always going to get completely stripped before he's taking any meaningful hit point damage. So 50 hit point nimble is they can't survive very long in any sort of like sustained combat, but they can live. They can live for a little while. Let's see, this guy is so much more expensive than I'd like. We're really paying for 4 levels, but 4 levels I guess is nice. Really want to have 12 bros on the squad before I head down to find that named armor. May as well be this guy, huh? Alright, let's see how he is. He's good. He's very good. What am I trying to hire for? I'm trying to hire for hybrids. So he's got really high rolls in basically everything. He's really good. Yeah, we should see his rolls. Before I assign any, we'll look at this first one. "13 is in fact the max possible. That's why I highlight over the... I do have the background attribute ranges, BAR mod, which just shows information that you'd otherwise have to look up in the wiki. So he's an absolute, utter, incredible Chad. So you feel like his range attack just doesn't get there? I mean, I don't know. 51's not bad. Ultra high roll, hybrid, overwhelm, fearsome gunner. Yeah, I mean, it would be tragedy not to also make use of his 65 melee attack. I think what this guy is going to be... I think I know what he's going to be. I think I've got a plan. Is it a good plan? I don't know. But it is a plan. Akibio has nailed it. This is going to be a frontline gunner. Chadwin indeed. You hate this plan? Oh no. You're down to watch it? Okay, good. I love this plan. This is my favorite build in the whole game. Frontline gunner, absolutely love it. And I think this company will do really well with it. And it can be heavy armor. Can you be Alwyn? Absolutely. Boom. It has happened. I also love this build. And I think Chef Slurgy's signature dish, it's true. As a line cook, I'm pumping out spearmen. But when I'm the head chef and I gotta put my signature dish on the menu, this is the build. Yeah, Monolith, he'll be fine in Monolith. He just won't get much use out of the gun. He'll just be like a fatigue neutral in Monolith, which is a good build in Monolith actually. It's not a good build for Monolith, but it is still a good enough build that will still function fine in Monolith. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. And I think I am going to give him Forge armor. I do have an extra... Did I sell it? Oh no, here it is. Reinforced mail hauberk. I was gonna say, I thought I had another like transitionary. Have we found the monolith yet? No, we haven't. I mean, it's day, what, 32 or something? 33? Yeah, we haven't found it, which is okay. We don't need to find it for a little while. Now there is a risk, of course. I should preface. He has no talent stars in range skill, so he could kind of whiff and end up being a not that good gunner who's just a fatigue neutral. But honestly, just a fatigue neutral that holds a gun and still gets the blast every once in a while, I'm good with that. Even if his range skill doesn't get too high, that's okay. We're definitely taking 3s down the line here. And he'll also probably end up with, relative to a normal fatigue neutral, really low hit points. And so we're gonna have to be careful around like orcs, for example. Yeah, and we get to boost secondaries whenever he misses melee attack or range attack, exactly. Here I'm just gonna go down that right column again. So now here, with a whiff on ranged attack, we can pump up a secondary. Yeah, Gun Blast two-handed swing is max dopamine. Absolutely. He will need a little bit of fatigue to like really be high functioning. So we're gonna be living a little low on hit points, which will be fine. We're still gonna take Colossus though, of course, obviously. It's not like we're not taking that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll take the hit points here. Probably? Or do I? Would I skip a melee attack roll? I might. You know what's great about this is sometimes when I go to build a frontline gunner, it's like I recruited a sellsword too late for it to be relevant, but this is like going to be a bro that's going to be in our company from like the beginning, and I love that. You think yes, skip melee attack and take HP? Yeah, if he only gets to 85 melee attack, it's fine. I agree. I think he's actually... I'll put it this way. I think he's fine either way. Well, this is a gifted roll. This one's not. This is gifted. So this isn't a regular level up. I think I am still going to go melee attack. He'll be a little low on hit points, so there is some susceptibility to injuries that he's going to have, and that's okay. We're not going to have him... He's not going to be like a fatigue neutral. Think of it more like... he's going to be more like the Swordmaster fatigue neutral that has a gun. He'll whiff primaries eventually, we'll pick secondaries then. Yeah. Right, so we're gonna skip any +2s in range skill and +1s in melee skill. We'll skip those. So we're gonna give him a gun and a sword. And I think he's got good enough armor at this, you know, juncture, this part of his life. We'll just put him right there. Cool. Actually, let's move the guns a bit differently. All right, and this is actually a good place for me to call it for the evening. Try not to stay up too late accidentally playing Battle Brothers into the wee hours of the night. Looks like Arvius is playing, and I see... Okay. I see the preview screen, and it's just a bunch of dead bros. So, I'm gonna call it for this evening. Hope all of you, no matter where you are in the world, have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Ta-ta.